Greetings, welcome, and thanks so much for tuning in. It's Christian of Standing Stones Healing, as always, and as always, I'm honored to have you with me. So thank you so much for being here. This weekend, I have my favorite expo coming up, and I have been preparing for that expo all day, and phew, it's time to take a break and get myself warmed up with the runes for this weekend. Now, I will tell you that I have just fed my cats. It was just their dinner time, and after dinner time, they like to play. They get a little rowdy right after dinner, and so you may very well hear some kitty rowdiness in the background. They're probably wondering what the heck it's time to play, not time for you to sit in front of that box thing like you do. And so you may very well hear some kitty clamoring about as we are talking about the runes. But this weekend, I'm casting runes at the New Visions Holistic Expo in York, Pennsylvania. And I will say that it is my favorite expo. The organizers, Matt and Kara at Firefly Hollow, do an amazing organizational job, and so it truly is a very smooth running, well-oiled machine, and it's a lot of fun too. So I want to give them a shout out and a thanks for all of their great work and being so super organized with this amazing expo. Thousands of people will come through that door this weekend, and it is an honor to participate and to meet each and every one of you who will stop by my table for a rune reading. And so I will be doing rune readings. Now, last year at this expo, all I did was rune readings. This year, I'm going to bring a couple more things with me. I'm going to bring my Scrabble tiles for Scrabble readings. I'm going to bring my cards for 5-card readings, but I know without a doubt I'm going to end up doing a lot of rune readings. They are a big hit. You know, the runes are really very powerful for offering us messages and guidance. And so I am happy to chat with you a little bit about the runes and to pull some runes as well for messages. Greetings, Katie. Wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Katie, I will indeed send you that rune reading workshop recording and the Throwing Stones rune reading guide, because everyone, those two items are a bonus in the Unlock Your Card Magic program. Unlock Your Card Magic is coming up again starting on August the 20th. And for everyone who enrolls in that program, indeed, you learn all about rune reading as a bonus in that program. And so you get the rune reading workshop. It's a nearly 2-hour recording. And you get the Throwing Stones rune reading guide. And so you know, no matter where you are on your card reading journey, whether you're interested in runes or not, you get those as a bonus for registering for the program. And I will tell you that I've had students who didn't have too much of an interest in the runes, they thought, and then they learned about the runes, they watched the recording, they checked out the guide, and they were like, I think this rune thing is kind of interesting. Indeed it is. Welcome, Fiona. Always wonderful to see you, so thank you for being here. Now, the runes, what exactly are these things? My own personal runes are on stones, and so these are runes that I created myself. I talk about it in the guide and in the workshop, but the runes, you can create them yourself. I have created my own, very simple to do, from stones that I collected in my own backyard. And so you indeed can make your own runes. I have made my own runes here. Katie Katie, thanks so much for the shout out for the Unlock Your Card Magic program. Such an honor to have you in that program when it ran in the spring. So thanks so much. Indeed, Katie, your card magic is for sure unlocked. Katie, you're an amazing reader yourself, and I'm super excited for the unfolding of your own card reading journey and all of the messages that you will offer for years and years to come through the cards and the runes too. But the runes are from the ancient Viking Norse language Futhark. And so each of these symbols has a meaning. Actually, they have layers of meaning. And so we can go really deep with the runes in all of their layers of meaning. Sometimes I do in my readings, sometimes not. But this, for instance, is the rune of breakthrough. And so this symbol means breakthrough. The original word rune was runa, and it meant a mystery or a secret thing. And really, when we look at these symbols, they do very much seem like a mystery or a secret thing, don't they? And so we can tap into those mysteries and we can tap into those secrets to offer messages to others and to uncover messages for ourselves as well. The runes indeed are very powerful, and they really are a big hit. One of the reasons that they are a big hit is because there aren't a whole lot of rune readers out there. You know, you go to expos, you go to fairs and festivals. Sure, there are going to be card readers, there are going to be tarot readers. That is so very common, right? But there aren't often rune readers. And so, as a matter of fact, I will tell you that at all of the expos that I have attended, off the top of my head, I can only think of one other rune reader that was at the same expo, fair, or festival that I was at. And as a matter of fact, I was planning on reading runes, but when I saw that she was there and reading runes as well, I said to her, listen, you read the runes. I'll just do card readings. It was such a small fair that I was like, we don't need two rune readers. You do the runes. I'll pick up my cards. I brought my cards. I'll just do card readings. No problem. That little fair did not need two rune readers. And here's the honest truth. She had a really much cooler setup than I did too. She had all kinds of cool stuff on her table. And I'm frankly rather boring when it comes to the table because I'm so busy doing the readings and focusing on the readings and the messages. But anyway, not too many people read runes. And so that means that when people see, ooh, a rune read, I cannot tell you how many times people have said to me, ooh, I've never had a rune reading before. I want to try that. Because people have had tarot readings, oracle card readings, but rune readings, not so much. And so it is something that is interesting and unique. Runes are also a hit because we don't know what these messages, these images, these symbols mean. Most people have no clue that, for instance, this means fertility. This is the rune of fertility. And so most people really have no idea. And so when they are laid out, they really are a secret thing or a mystery because who knows what these symbols mean. As the rune reader, you do. And you are the one who is revealing the mysteries. You are the one who is conveying the secret things. And so it's exciting and fun to be able to read the runes. I absolutely love it. I've been reading runes for a few years now. First, of course, for myself. And then for others. But my journey with the runes goes way back to when I was a teenager. And I had a teacher who, it was in a literature class, who shared with us a copy of a photocopy from the Book of Runes by Ralph Bloom of the runes. And so I was captivated by them as a teenager, but I didn't do anything with them. I didn't explore that captivation, but I held on to that photocopied paper for a long, as a matter of fact, I still have it. 25 something years later, I still have that exact photocopy. Through all of my moves, I held on to it. I kept it in a special folder. I never let it go until eventually the runes called to me and said, it is time. It is time to dive more deeply into them. It is time to make your own runes. It is time to read runes. And then eventually it was time to read runes for others as well. And so my history with the runes is very long indeed. You know, the runes come to us. We like to say that Reiki comes to us. Reiki comes to us when the time is right, when we are ready for Reiki. Indeed, it was the same thing for me with the runes. All of those years, here they were in the back of my mind, and I just needed to be ready to step into the role of reading runes. So thank you so much, runes, for being here with me and for coming to me. It is an honor for sure. And so tomorrow I will be casting all kinds of runes. Now, the way that I cast runes, you can read runes in all different kinds of ways. Just like with the cards, you can read cards in an infinite number of ways, so too with the runes. And you can actually read runes like cards, you know, to just take them and lay them out just like you would with cards. But I like to cast runes. And this is the way in which, you know, there's a lot we don't know about the ways in which runes were read. I mean, they've been read for a long, long time. And typically, the knowledge of rune reading was an oral tradition, so it was passed down orally. And so there aren't a lot of records of rune reading, but we do have some. And so we do know that runes were cast. And oftentimes, what would happen is that the rune reader, by the way, oftentimes the rune reader was a woman, would take her pouch of runes and dump them all out and then read them all based upon the way that they landed, focusing on the ones that were face up. So you can read that way, but you can read all other kinds of ways. I talk about all of this in the rune reading workshop and the rune reading guide, which, yes, you get as a free bonus when you enroll in the upcoming Unlock Your Card Magic program. That program starts on August the 20th, and you can learn more at standingstoneshealing.com/magic. But the way that I read is I take a handful of runes from my pouch, I toss them on the table, and they scatter across the table. Sometimes they go on the floor, and then I read them based upon where they land, how they are in relation to one another, including those ones on the floor. And so that is how I read runes. I cast them. It's also a big hit to read runes in that way at an expo, fair, or festival, because people see the runes flying and they're like, what's going on over at that table? I want to check that out. So I'm expecting lots of I want to check that out tomorrow for the New Visions Expo. Super excited to do that. So how do I prepare for an expo? How did I prepare today? I blocked off my calendar all day today, focusing on getting ready for this weekend. So first things first, I did my morning meditations, and I made sure that all of the symbols on my runes were clear and legible. You know, everyone, this is nothing too fancy. This is Sharpie on rock. That's it. Nothing fancy, just Sharpie on rock. And so I went over all of my runes with the Sharpie to make sure they were all legible. Later, I'm going to do a little bit of sewing on my pouch. It's had a lot of use and it's getting some holes, so it needs some sewing up before the big party this weekend. What else do I do to prepare for a big expo weekend? I get all of my things together for my table. So the tablecloths, the email list sign up sheet, my blackboard, my chalkboard where I write the readings on that I am offering for the weekend, my Standing Stones Healing Company logo sign. What other things? Not too much. As a matter of fact, I keep it pretty sparse and bare. In all honesty, my table is boring. But to me, the focus isn't on the stuff on the table, it's on the messages and it's on serving with the cards or runes, Scrabble tiles, or whatever is being read and whoever is right in front of me. That's where the focus is, and that's what really matters. As a matter of fact, at my last festival that I did a few weeks ago, the whole thing, it was outdoors. The whole thing was shutting down, and everyone was packing up everything. I was packing up all my stuff. I was casting runes on the ground. Like, people were still wanting rune readings after I had packed my tent and my canopy and table and everything into my car. I was going old school, casting runes on the ground, sitting on the ground, and doing readings that way. It was pretty awesome. And so there you go, bare bones. You don't need anything fancy to read. All you need is to sit on the ground and throw the stones on the ground. It's as simple as that. So how else do I prepare for a big expo weekend? I pack all of my food beforehand. You know, food is really important to me. I need to eat when I need to eat, and I need to eat what I want to eat, and it needs to be ready to go. When I am busy at those events, I am not taking time out of my day to go stand in line at a food truck for half an hour and then eat. I am grabbing my food that I have already prepared, and it's what I like to eat. And so I have already prepared for the weekend both breakfasts on Saturday and Sunday. Those are overnight oats with strawberries and blueberries in the fridge now. Going to be ready for me in the morning to eat both Saturday and Sunday. I packed lunches for Saturday and Sunday: kale, lentils, quinoa, vegetables, and chicken. And so that is my lunch and supper both Saturday and Sunday, and I will pack those along with me. So I make sure that I am well nourished for all of the readings. Also, I have some snacks packed too: almonds and prunes. You may know from some of my posts that I love prunes. I don't know why. They are just so, like, addictive to me. And some apples and bananas. Boom. And oh, and some dark chocolate too. And so that is what I will be eating this weekend for the expo. So that is all packed and ready to go. Everything is packed and ready to be put into my car. I am so super excited. And so I am happy to pull some runes for us to help me get warmed up and ready to go for all of those readings. And so if you would like a rune pulled for you, please do drop it in the comments. I'm happy to pull a rune for you as well. I'm going to pull a rune for all of us. Sandy, it is so good to see you. I was just thinking about you the other day because I haven't seen you in a while, and it is wonderful to see you, Sandy. So I'm sending you lots of blessings. No joke. I was just thinking about you like 2 days ago. Will I offer Reiki? I will not. Full disclosure, everyone. Of course, I am a Reiki practitioner. Of course, I offer Reiki. Of course, I believe in the power of Reiki. But at these fairs, festivals, and expos, I no longer offer Reiki. Years ago, I did an experiment. And I had been offering Reiki and card reading, but I did an experiment where I said, okay, I'm going to offer 20 minutes of Reiki for $20 and a 20-minute card reading for $20. I'm curious to see which one is more popular. Well, I can't even tell you how the results were as far as how skewed they were. For every one person who wanted Reiki, like 15 people wanted a card reading. And so while I believe in the power of Reiki, I will tell you that at these fairs, festivals, and expos, I no longer offer Reiki at all. I only offer readings. And at some fairs, festivals, and expos, I only offer runes too. It depends. Tomorrow, I'll be offering 3 different readings, but at this same exact expo last year, I only did runes, and I was busy all weekend, back to back to back to back readings. I had no breaks. It was a challenge to find time to pee. Which, by the way, does not bother me. I love it. I love meeting with people. I love offering messages. And so, no, Sandy, I do not offer Reiki and will at these types of events, and will not tomorrow. Only readings. But so glad that you are here, and so glad that you are found indeed. So thank you, Sandy. I'm sending you lots of blessings always. Yes, Katie, I'm happy to pull a rune for you for sure. First, I'm going to pull a rune for all of us, and let's see what message the runes might have for all of us. Now, I'm sure that you can probably hear that. That is the sound of me shuffling my runes. And let's see what we've got. Sometimes in my hand, when I do a 1 rune pull, we get more than 1 rune, and we get multiple runes. By the way, when you pull a 1 rune for insights or messages, that's what's called oftentimes by rune readers Odin's rune, because it's the single rune that you are pulling for insight and messages. Odin, by the way, is said to be the god who brought us the runes, so thank you, Odin. There's a whole story about it. Yes, I talk about it in that free rune reading guide. It's called Throwing Stones, and yes, you get that for free as a bonus with the Unlock Your Card Magic program. So here's what we have for all of us. We have movement, and we have, ooh, this is the rune of wealth and possessions. And so what we've got right here is that there's encouragement for us, that there is real movement on the wealth and possessions front. Now here's the thing, everyone. This is the rune of wealth and possessions, but it doesn't just have to be money. Yes, indeed, it can have to do with money, but it's not only necessarily about money, because wealth comes in all kinds of ways, shapes, and forms, doesn't it? You know, we can have a wealth of friends. We can have a wealth in terms of our community. We can have a wealth of cats, who, by the way, are being really good right now. Makes me a little nervous. But we can have a wealth of all kinds of things. And so just know that there's encouragement for us right now, that we have some real movement energetically in terms of wealth in our lives. So that's exciting for sure. Sending lots of blessings to the movement of wealth, whatever that means in your own life. So Katie, here we go. Happy to pull a rune for you and your journey. So let's see what we've got. We have for you, ooh, Katie, we've got the rune of wholeness. Now what I'm getting for you is an encouragement for you to recognize the wholeness in your experience right now. Okay, I just had the image very clearly of a circle with a like broken line through it. Katie, you're being encouraged to know that even when things feel broken or feel like they're breaking or breaking apart, that actually wholeness is there, and that there's nothing wrong with that. It is all about the experience of it. You know, when a seed is cracking open, that's breaking, but there's nothing broken with the seed itself. Now, does that make sense? So when it is breaking open, the seed, the sprout that's coming forth is not itself broken. And so in the breaking apart, you are not broken. Know that it's part of the process, and know that new things are sprouting from that brokenness. The brokenness is not broken. You are not broken as the breaking is happening. So I'm sending lots and lots of blessings to the wholeness, Katie. Thank you so much. So, Sandy, how do you pick the shows you do? Thanks for this question, Sandy. A lot of times it has to do with proximity. So how close is it to me? I got a lot going on and I can't always drive states away for shows. Other ways that I determine is the size of the show. I will indeed go to smaller shows. I like smaller shows, no problem. But depending upon the show, if it just isn't worth the time and effort for me to get there in terms of the distance and in terms of the size of it, then, I may or may not go. If it's my first time going, I may give it a try to see how I like it. And I will also determine whether to do a show in terms of whether to do it again or not. And there have been multiple shows that I've done before that I've said, no, I'm not going to do that again. The amount of traffic wasn't worth the time or the expense for the table for me. And so there's a lot that goes into that decision. Which of course is always growing and shifting and changing as our journeys do. But I really do indeed love doing the shows, so thanks. So Katie, yes, you are most welcome. Thank you so very much. You pulled a rune this morning. It's the exact same one on your desk. Yep, you know what? I tell you, those things, all of those synchronicities, for instance, like just thinking about Sandy, every time they surprise me, but they never surprise me. So every time I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And then it's like, yeah, not a surprise. Because it happens all of the time. So I love it, Katie. Thanks so much. It is amazing and at the same time, not so amazing. And I love it. So that is wonderful. Thank you so much and blessings to your wholeness for sure. Am I going through a painful breakup divorce? Thank you, Mary Lou. No, I'm not. I've never been married. So I am not going through a painful breakup divorce. But thanks so much. And oh, wow, thanks to Dr. Lazarus, the love spell he did. That's just absolutely insane, Mary Lou. I don't believe it, that Dr. Lazarus can really help with the love spell. Mary Lou, I am not a firm believer in Dr. Lazarus's work. And as a matter of fact, I encourage you that maybe you might want to consider whether or not casting love spells is the right way to go. To me, it is not. So I'm sending lots of blessings to whatever your beliefs are, but I encourage you to do some deep reflection upon whether or not love spells are actually a good choice. Hint, they're not. Okay, so I am happy to pull a rune for anyone else who wants one. But I am so happy to be here and so happy to be preparing for the expo coming up this weekend, the New Visions Holistic Expo. Indeed, it is a lot of fun always. So like I mentioned, the rune reading workshop recording and rune reading guide. Yes, I wrote a rune reading guide. It's called Throwing Stones. And those are both a free bonus with the Unlock Your Card Magic program that starts on August the 20th. So that's coming up pretty quickly. And this unique card reading program will empower you to read any cards for anyone at any time. And so whether you want to read runes or tarot, oracle cards, Scrabble tiles, Yes, I can show you how to read any of them and all of them. And so all of the skills you learn in that program are applicable to any cards, any deck that you might want to read in the future. You know, so often when we take a card reading workshop or class, we have to buy the deck that the instructor tells us to buy. So we have to buy a particular deck. I personally don't believe in that, because what if you don't like the deck? What if it doesn't resonate with you? And then through that program, you're learning to read a deck that the instructor feels comfortable with reading. And so now maybe you've learned to read the Rider-Waite Tarot when you don't even like the Rider-Waite Tarot. And so now you have to take another class because all you've learned is to read the Rider-Waite Tarot. I don't believe in that. I believe in empowering you to read whatever you want, and also knowing that our card journey unfolds and we want to read different things at different times in our lives. Remember, I haven't always been a rune reader. And so having the skills to be able to read anything is going to help you on your own card reading journey as it grows and unfolds and expands. So beautiful. And Katie, thank you so much. It's amazing what you learn and how you learn. Thank you. It's an honor to offer that program. So Fiona, I'm happy to pull a rune for you. Out has popped between my two fingers the rune of growth. Fiona, it's the rune of growth. Now, what I'm getting for you is a real encouragement for you to, at this time, I just got very clearly, Fiona, ask yourself some of the questions you don't want to be asking right now. So there are some questions that you're being encouraged to ask yourself to help you grow and to help you expand on your journey right now that maybe you've been shying away from a little bit. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know what those questions are, and the fact is I don't want to. Those are for you to know. And so, Fiona, it's time for you to ask yourself what questions you're not asking yourself, and to ask those hard questions to help you reach some new levels of growth at this time. So Fiona, sending lots and lots of blessings to you and your growth, and asking the questions. You know, as a matter of fact, asking questions is a recent episode of my Build Your Reiki Business podcast, because asking questions is super important, not only to our Reiki business, but to our lives, period. I actually firmly believe that the quality of questions that we ask determines the quality of our life. That's a really big statement, but I do believe that. And so asking yourself what questions you should be asking and asking deeper questions is going to help you have a more enriched life experience. So like shadow work, Fiona, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, to me, shadow work is about really digging deep and looking at those things that we might rather not look at. This is not a judgment, because we all got those things. So sending blessings to asking the hard questions. Sandy, I am happy to pull a rune for you as well, and happy to see you. It is wonderful to have you here, Sandy. And yes, seriously, I was really just thinking about you. I think, was it yesterday or the day before? I love it. All right, Sandy, here's what we've got for you. Two runes have come out into my hand. Oh, interestingly enough, we have the rune of breakthrough and we have the rune of wealth or possessions again. And so what this is saying loud and clear, Sandy, is that you've got some breakthrough happening for you when it comes to that wealth and possessions aspect. Again, wealth can mean all kinds of things. You know, Fiona put it down in the chat, a wealth of ideas. Absolutely, it can be that too. You know, a wealth of creativity, whatever it might be. But know that you've got some breakthrough happening for you, Sandy, on the wealth front. Wealth, whatever and however that means to you, but you've got some good things coming, breaking through, sun rising on the horizon for you when it comes to the wealth aspect. Now, I'm getting for you the encouragement to ask yourself, what do you want that to be? And so when you hear me say, congratulations, Sandy, you have a breakthrough coming on the wealth front, asking yourself, what is it that you want it to be? What is it that you want that breakthrough to look like? In what aspect of your wealth do you want that breakthrough to be happening? That's going to be helpful for you at this time as well, Sandy, because that's going to help you to know where to water. So that breakthrough, just like that seed cracking open and busting through the soil, that's breakthrough. But asking yourself those questions is going to help you to know where you want to apply the water, where you want to be watering, what seeds you want to be watering. So, Sandy, I'm sending lots of blessings and best wishes to your wealth breakthrough, whatever that looks like and whatever it is you want it to be. So, thank you so very much. Well, if there's anyone else who would like me to pull a rune for them, I am happy to do so. I want to mention one final time that yes, indeed, the Unlock Your Card Magic program starts again on August the 20th. I absolutely love teaching this program. It is so much fun. The students love it. They rave about it. It's just an empowering program to help you be able to read any cards for anyone at any time. And so what that means is that we take 5 weeks. 5 weeks of live class sessions in which you get to connect with me and your classmates. You get to know them and connect with them and practice reading. It's a very comfortable, laid back, informal, fun kind of environment in which you are not pressured to be an amazing reader right away. No way. This program is for everyone on all points of their card reading journey, including those who have zero card reading experience. Yes, we have had students brand new to card reading in Unlock Your Card Magic. So it's 5 weeks of fun and connections, conversations, and practice with the cards. Remember, any cards you want, you get to bring the cards. And it's also 5 weeks of pre-recorded videos on all kinds of card reading topics. Everything from trusting your intuition and how to do that. I have some great techniques for helping you to do that in card reading, to the kinds of questions to ask in a card reading and the kinds of questions that ain't so great to ask. How to do a reading for someone else. So I take you step by step through how I do a reading. I answer common card reading questions. I talk about secrets to accurate readings. And so how is it that you can offer accurate readings every time? I share all of my secrets with you on that. And also, what else? There's so much in those videos, all about how to get paid for card reading too. And so if you want to do expos and holistic fairs, I talk to you all about those, but indeed you don't have to. And we have had multiple students take Unlock Your Card Magic who have no interest in getting paid to read and really only want to read for themselves. Even if card reading is only ever for you, it is still an empowering and enriching journey. As a matter of fact, the greatest card reading journey is your journey with the cards, outside of the messages that you might offer to others. I pull cards for myself every full moon. Every full moon, I pull cards for myself, for insights, for messages, for direction forward, for guidance. And so, no matter where you are on your card reading journey, the Unlock Your Card Magic program is going to enrich your own personal journey with the cards as well. So truly, it is a powerful program. It also includes a workbook. So you got the live sessions, 10 total hours of live sessions, the 6 hours of pre-recorded videos on all kinds of card reading topics. You've got the workbook. I forget how many pages that workbook is, but it offers lots and lots of questions, points for reflection for unlocking your own card magic and going deep with the cards. It also includes the Rune reading workshop recording and Rune reading guide, and a private Facebook group where we all get to connect and meet with one another in between sessions as well. And the past Unlock Your Card Magic program students are in that Facebook group too. They are very encouraging, welcoming, and supportive, and will cheer you on as well. So you've got a great support system built into that program for sure, and you get all of that for life. So the Facebook group you get to stay in after the program is over. The Rune reading guide and workshop you get long after the program ends, yours to keep forever. The recordings, yours to keep forever. The workbook, yours to keep forever as well. And you also get the recordings of all class sessions too. Yes, those are yours to keep forever as well. So holy cow, that's a lot of great stuff. It's an incredible program. Check it out, standingstoneshealing.com/magic. I'll drop it in the comments as well so that you have it. And the program starts on August the 20th. Registration closes on that Friday. You know, everyone, I usually close registration on the Saturday before. But this year, I am actually doing an expo on that Saturday. I have another festival that Saturday. And so that means that I'm closing registration a day early on Friday the 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so please make sure to get in and reserve your spot before that time, because registration is closing a little early this time. I'll be casting runes on that Saturday. So please do reach out if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. I'm actually going to be going live next week with a card reading Q&A. And so I'm happy to answer all of your card reading questions, pull cards, talk about the program, and yes, to answer your card reading questions too. So I'll be going live on Tuesday with that as well to answer those questions. You got questions? Send them to me. I will be happy to answer them for sure. Well, I'd be happy to have you in the Unlock Your Card Magic program. The other students in the program would be happy to have you. The previous Unlock Your Card Magic students would be happy to have you as well, and to welcome you and cheer you on your own card reading journey. So learn more, standingstoneshealing.com/magic. All of that over the course of 5 weeks for only $347. And so I'm super excited to be able to offer this unique, empowering program at such an awesome price point. Only $347 to join us for 5 weeks, 10 hours of live instruction and practice, 6 hours of pre-recorded videos on all kinds of card reading topics to help you unlock your own card reading magic. Those are yours forever, long after the program ends. Also yours forever, the recordings of all of the class sessions. Yours forever is the workbook. Yours forever is entrance in the Facebook group. And yours forever is the Rune reading workshop recording and Throwing Stones Rune reading guide. Phew! And yours forever is the ability to read any cards for anyone at any time. And that is pretty damn powerful. So I'm sending so many blessings and best wishes to you. If you are anywhere near York, Pennsylvania this weekend, stop by the New Visions Holistic Expo and see me. I'm super excited. Say hi and get a rune reading or a Scrabble reading or a 5-card reading too. All of those will be available this weekend. So I'm sending you so many blessings and best wishes to your card reading journey.